Oh, hey folks, elder law care attorney Patrick Kelleher coming to you from elderlawcare.com. Hey folks, one of our YouTube subscribers sent a great question in today. Hey Patrick, what are some essential tips for managing a trust if you are named as the trustee manager? And folks, that's a wonderful question. So pull up your chair, get your pen out, your notebook out, and take some notes because you're going to learn what your duties and responsibilities are as a trustee. Folks, if you are named the trustee of a trust, you are a legal fiduciary, right? Legal fiduciary is what? A person who has a legal duty, obligation to act in the best interest of whom? The beneficiaries of the trust. Your job, your duties and responsibilities are to act in the best interest of the beneficiaries of the trust. You have the highest duty of care to those beneficiaries. And if you breach your duty of care, you could be held personally liable, folks. So there's some risk and some liability that comes with that duty and role. So hence the reason why we teach our clients' children in our process. We have a trustee training workshop. Step 3 of our process. Step 1 is designing and signing your trust. Step 2 is getting all your treasures into your treasure chest. But we don't stop there. Step 3 is educating our clients' children what their duties and responsibilities will be someday, because they need to know the playbook when mom and dad go down on the field of play, either a time of disability or you die, a passing, a death, and Bill and Mary go up to their cloud. The kids need to know the playbook because they need to be able to step on the field of play and make the proper decisions to avoid the metaphorical four-headed monster right there, folks. So duties and responsibilities, folks, is a big undertaking as a trustee. And your job under the Uniform Trust Code is to manage and monitor the assets in the trust, to make sure they do not fall into waste, to make sure you safeguard them and you marshal those assets and protect them. In fact, under the Uniform Trust Code, there's a Prudent Investors Act. You're supposed to make sure you're also investing the money in the trust properly, conservatively, making sure you're preserving the principal and also allowing that money to grow in a strategic fashion without risking the money as well, folks. So your job is to manage the money, monitor the money for the benefit of the beneficiaries, okay? So strongly recommend any individual who is a trustee proceed with caution, educate yourself around duties and responsibilities of a trustee. So long as you have your thinking cap on and you're acting in good faith and you're following the instructions in the trust to the letter of the law, and you are not deviating from the written instructions of the trust maker, which could be your parents, then you ought to be on the right path. If you fall off the path, then sometimes the beneficiaries will report that to an authority, maybe the family attorney, and their job ought to be able to advise you to get back on the path. We'd like to put a provision in our client's trust called the trust protector. Think of a trust protector like a referee or a police officer directing traffic. Because if the trustee is supposed to go from point A to point B for the benefit of the beneficiaries, right? But if they fall off the path and they're going towards the waterfall, or they're in the deep bushes to the detriment of the beneficiaries making poor investments, the trust protector can step in a professional manner and guide and direct. Their job is to direct the trustee to say, hey, it doesn't look good down there. Your job is to get back on the path here and stay on that path, go from point A to point B. How the trust was originally designed by the original trust makers, okay? So if you're a trustee child, your job is stay on the path, do not deviate from that because you could be held personally liable. And if you did fall off the path, your job is to get back on the path, which in a reasonable amount of time, typically 30 days after you've been advised to do so. So folks, do not take your role lightly. It's an honor to be a trustee because the person who created the trust thought of you highly. They felt you were suitable and trustworthy to do it. Hence the reason why we feel it's very important to teach that trustee training workshop to our clients. Folks, hopefully you found this educational video helpful. Thanks for joining us here today, folks, at elderlawcare.com. Be sure to click that subscribe button and that notification bell because we will continue to keep you updated. Thanks for being here, folks.